A shocking legal battle has erupted inside the family of late actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Just 1 year after the beloved Cosby Show star's tragic death, his widow, Tenisha Warner, has filed a lawsuit against his mother, Pamela Warner, seeking more than $1.2 million. And the reason behind the lawsuit? A dispute over financial promises that Tenisha says were part of the couple's 2022 prenuptial agreement. Now, this isn't simply a story about a widow suing her mother-in-law. The legal filings raise major questions about life insurance, unpaid obligations, a family trust, and what happens when promises made during a marriage allegedly aren't completed before one spouse unexpectedly dies. Let's break it down. According to reports, Tenisha Warner filed the lawsuit against Pamela Warner, who serves as trustee of the Warner Family Trust. The timing is especially striking. The lawsuit was filed on July 20, 2026, exactly 1 year after Malcolm-Jamal Warner died in a drowning accident while vacationing in Costa Rica. The actor was just 54 years old. Malcolm and Tenisha married in 2022 and shared a daughter. According to the lawsuit, the couple had signed a prenuptial agreement shortly before their marriage. Tenisha now claims that several financial obligations connected to that agreement were not fulfilled before Malcolm's death. And that's where the legal dispute begins. One of the biggest claims in the lawsuit involves a $1 million life insurance policy. Tenisha alleges that Malcolm had agreed to obtain a term life insurance policy naming her as the beneficiary. But according to her lawsuit, that policy was never secured. Because Malcolm died before the alleged obligation was fulfilled, Tenisha is now seeking compensation through the legal process. The lawsuit also reportedly includes other financial obligations, including money connected to an anniversary payment, a Roth IRA, and compensation for work Tenisha says she performed as Malcolm's chief of staff. Together, the claims reportedly add up to more than $1.2 million. And because Tenisha believes Malcolm's personal estate may not be enough to satisfy the alleged obligations, she is seeking payment from the family trust. That is what puts Pamela Warner directly into the legal battle. This is the part that has many people confused. Tenisha is not simply claiming that Pamela personally made all of these promises. Rather, Pamela is named in the lawsuit in her role as the successor trustee of the Warner Family Trust. Tenisha's legal argument is that the trust may be responsible for certain obligations connected to Malcolm's estate. But whether a trust can ultimately be held responsible is a legal question that will have to be determined through the court process. And that's why this case could become complicated. A prenuptial agreement may outline financial obligations between spouses. But the question becomes much more complicated when one spouse dies before those obligations are fulfilled. The case could potentially raise questions about contracts, estate planning, trusts, and whether the alleged promises survived Malcolm's death. What makes this story even more emotional is that this legal battle comes during a period of grief. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother and widow have both publicly mourned his death. Tenisha has also been working to honor Malcolm's legacy while caring for their daughter. But according to her position in the lawsuit, she believes she had to take legal action to protect her financial interests and those of her family. The lawsuit has now turned what was already a heartbreaking situation into a major legal dispute. And with the court case just beginning, there are still plenty of questions that remain unanswered. So, what happens next? The court will ultimately have to examine the prenup, the alleged financial obligations, the Warner Family Trust, and the arguments from both sides. At this point, the lawsuit contains allegations and claims that still have to be addressed through the legal process. But one thing is certain, the fight over the reported $1.2 million has opened a new chapter in the story of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's estate. What do you think? Should financial promises made in a prenup automatically be honored after a spouse's death? Or does the involvement of a family trust make this case more complicated? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more trending celebrity news and legal drama. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.